Welcome to Warriors Post-Game Live, presented by Toyota. And the battle of I-80 wasn't much of a battle. The Warriors, for the second straight night, score 137. They lead wire to wire against the Sacramento Kings, win their second straight on the 7-game homestand. And Steph Curry messed around and almost got a triple-double. He was special again tonight, following up that performance last night against the Blazers, where he scored 62 points. Vontae Hill, Chris Mullin, Darrell Wright, and they got off to a hot start in the first quarter, scored 37, and they never looked back, Mully.
Total domination. Offensively, a beautiful game to watch. Everyone got a piece of the pie. And then defensively, what Steve Kerr's been talking about, they're totally connected on defense as well. So this, like you said, Bonte, wire-to-wire domination and a great carryover momentum game from the second game against Portland Trailblazers, Darrell.
Yeah, just like what Mully said, great carryover, total domination. These guys got everything they wanted, got to their spots, got everything at the rim, got everything at the three-point line. Just a great game. A total 48-minute game they put together, and I think they did a great job on both ends.
And Draymond Green back on the defensive end and offensive end makes so much of a difference energy-wise and communication. But you just see the beautiful ball hand, 41 assists, 51 made field goals. The Kings, I'm going to say they tried to play defense, but whatever they did, whether it was the zone or man-to-man, the Warriors just moved the ball beautifully.
Yes.
Again, I think you're seeing the impact of Draymond Green on both sides of the ball, but offensively, putting all these guys in the proper positions, you just see, and the assist totals are a big indicator with the Warriors offense. Sure. 41 assists, the most in the league this season. Beautiful offensive basketball.
Beautiful game.
No, it was beautiful, man. It's like you said, the Kings weren't trying. I don't know if they were practicing social distancing or not. I'm serious. They didn't defend. They didn't do anything right today. Poor Luke Walton, man, is up there stressing. Let's talk about Steph Curry, though, because he's been a man of the hour, Western Conference Player of the Week for the 15th time in his career. And look, 30 points tonight, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. He was just special again. 9 of 18 efficient, 5 threes, got to the lane. He missed some open shots, too. Could have had a bigger night, but Steph Curry right now, Darrell, is on the tear.
Yeah, he's still hot, and you love to see him, do it from 3 levels like we talked about pregame. And he did a great job being a playmaker and taking whatever the defense gave him. He didn't have to force anything. Some great moves out there around the perimeter with Bagley on him, man. Step back. So he did a great job being a playmaker and just doing everything tonight.
Just a great all-around game, coming back off 62 points. I thought his floor game was beautiful, and when it was really impressive on the offensive end, you saw the split action. You saw him attack off the dribble, and he didn't have to hunt shots because the offense is starting to flow. You're starting to see him give the ball up. Guys know when to screen for him, and when you have Draymond Green playing that point forward spot, he's always looking to get Steph extra looks.
No doubt he was smooth tonight with the three-pointers, with the passing, and then you mentioned Draymond Green. Just a solid all-around game since he's been back. The second straight game where he's got his win back. Defensively, he's active. He even hit a three-pointer there in that first quarter. Here it is right here, nothing but net. Draymond Green a plus 13 in the plus-minus department, but it's just more than a box score when you watch Draymond Green play.
Good, Darrell.
I'm sorry. He does a lot of stuff that doesn't show up in the stat sheet. Always in position on the defensive end. Rebounds, always have his head up right here with a great pass to the young fella. And right here, these guys have been doing this for years now. So I think he did a great job with playmaking and a great job being an anchor on the defensive end.
And we all know Draymond, he's just a winner. He's going to do what it takes to win basketball games, but his unique skill is to be able to play point forward and impact the game without scoring. Now, tonight he had 5 assists. He was beautiful on the defensive end. Again, the give and go with Steph Curry, just the chemistry that they have from playing together, give it in the post, give right back, getting his teammates easy baskets, his communication on the defensive end. And I think he embodies what Kelly Oubre did the first 5-6 games.
No doubt.
Impact the game. If you're not shooting the ball, it doesn't matter. Do something else to help us win. And that's what Draymond Green has always done for this Warrior team.
Good to have him back in the lineup here as the Warriors get ready for the Clippers. That'll be a fun one. They play the Clippers on Wednesday and Friday. But let's hear from the head coach of the Warriors, Steve Kerr, on tonight's wire-to-wire win over the Sacramento Kings.
Get it. Steph taking 2021 seriously, guys. 62. And here's the thing. It wasn't just against anybody. It was against the Blazers, a really good team. So, Stephen A., what did the performance tell you about him?
Well, it just reminded me that this is the greatest shooter since mankind existed. I've never seen a shooter greater than Steph Curry. I mean, it's off the dribble, it's spot up, it's anywhere on the floor, it's his movement without the basketball, it's catch and shoot, it's taking you off the dribble, it's spotting up. This brother is the greatest shooter we have ever seen, period. And when you take that into consideration and you just tickle your imagination as to when Clay gets back, the Golden State Warriors will be back at the very least in the conference finals because they're just too lethal of marksmen to ignore. I want to put this into consideration. Steph Curry is considered to be struggling. He is averaging 32 points on 45% shooting from the field, 36% shooting from three-point range, and that's considered struggling. Oh, by the way, he's shooting 98% from the free throw line. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. This is who he is. The first 10 years of his career, this man has shot better than 40% from three-point range. The first 10 years of his career. We celebrate people who do it once. And this dude did it the first 10 years. He is the greatest shooter man has ever seen. I know it sounds hyperbolic. It's not. It is not an exaggeration. I don't care whether you bring in Bird, whether you bring in Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Chris Mullin. I don't give a damn. There has never been a shooter this great. And when Clay gets back, look the hell out. Golden State is going to be immediately back in championship contention. And by the way, I like that kid Wiseman.
Well, he's clearly the greatest shooter ever. He's a mobile artillery unit because he can go get his own shot, and he invented shooting it from a million miles away, which created even more space. You know, everyone's like, how can you change the NBA? Make it a 4-point shot if it's farther away. So it didn't occur to people, no, it's all right to shoot it from 10 feet behind the arc if you can hit it regularly, which he can, which opens up the whole offense. He revolutionized the game. And by the way, for years, I thought he was not a clutch shooter, Stephen A. I saw it in the playoffs. I don't care what anyone says. You go back and look at the highest leverage moments. I thought, why is Steph not as good here as he normally is? Shooting the ball. Even that started to change. Even that started to change. You know, that started to change. Given enough reps, he's now deadly in the clutch with the ball in his hand. It wasn't always that way. It is now. This is what I was thinking yesterday. This is what I took from the performance. And like a lot of people, I was watching football and keeping track of what was going on in the basketball game. Oh, my God, Steph went for, 31 at the half? Now he's at the 40-something. Now he's at the 50-something, 62. Stephen A., there have been more athletic point guards than Steph, obviously. Allen Iverson or Russell Westbrook, MVPs who were clearly more gifted athletically overall, right? There have been better two-way point guards than Steph Curry. Chris Paul. or Isaiah Thomas, right, or John Stockton. There have been players who've done a lot of what Steph has done. Steve Nash. Although Steph is really Nash 2.0 because he doesn't need to monopolize the ball. It doesn't stick with him, and he shoots it even better than Nash. But when I look at the history of the NBA, you take away Magic Johnson, right? Modern NBA. Take away Magic, who's 6'8", 6'9". He is a point guard, and he's the greatest ever. But I'm talking about of the regular-sized point guards. Steph's the best who ever did it. He's the greatest of all time. And for all the reasons I just mentioned. Ball doesn't stick. Unselfish player who can score from anywhere, who makes all his teammates better shooters. And by the way, he's not a good defender because he's not big. He's wiry. He's not so long. But he plays defense. It's not like he's not there. Go ahead.
Steph Curry the other day in practice, Max, made 105 straight three-pointers. 105.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Straight three-pointers without a miss. Steve Kerr had the joke of the year when he sat up there and said he choked. He didn't get to 106. You understand? 105 straight
anything 105 times in a row.
Can you imagine how motivated he must be having to sit all last year and then Clay goes down? I mean, it's like his back's against the wall and he's just showing us who he is.
He's motivating the triple teaming and trapping him and all of that stuff, but he's special.
Yeah, of course. And he's not playing around.
Changed the game.
Him, he's that dude. I just want to mention this, though. They do play the Clippers Wednesday. That one's on ESPN, so that game should be a lot of fun. When we come back here, how upset should the